Let's go, guys. It's Raul TV, Team R for you, your favorite YouTube mechanic. We're back again, and what we're doing this time round is nice, easy job for you guys out there. You can do it outside your house. Absolutely dead easy job. I've done the rear ones on another video. Check that video out. Give me a like and thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel as well. This one is the front brake pads. We're going to replace the front brake pads and the wear indicator, the wear sensor, on a 2018 Mercedes C-Class C220. Nice car. Easy brake pads outside your house. Raul TV hooking you guys up. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go around to this side, open the bonnet obviously, go around to this side, lift this flap up, and the brake fluid reservoir, we need to take the cap off. Take that cap off, and put that there. You can leave it there if you want, you can put it wherever you want. That way when we press the pistons in, you know, we don't want to create pressure there. Let the fluid come out, let it release the pressure that way, you know. Saves us from messing things up, messing the master cylinder up, messing the you never know. If you on these Mercedes, I've noticed it, the brake pipes are corroded, you know, on the new ones, even on the 2011, 12, 15 kind of thing, the brake pipes are corroded. So bear that in mind. We have to take the brake fluid reservoir cap off. Any brake pads, when you're doing brake pads, make sure you take that off. Right, we're going to send it up, and we're going to take the wheel off, and let's go. Okay, next thing we're going to do, guys, is we're going to take the wheel off. Right, I took the wheel off. Right, that's not the wheel, obviously. Took the wheel off. Dead easy job. You know my saying, my motto: if you can't take the wheel off, don't even attempt any mechanical jobs. That's mechanics 101, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn the steering whichever side you're doing. It doesn't matter, you know, if you're doing the driver's side, I'm in the UK by the way, turn the steering to the left. If you're doing the passenger side, turn the steering to the right. Okay, UK, remember. Right, what we're going to do, first things first, so we're going to turn the steering to the left. Right, just thought I'll mention this to you guys. I'm doing the front ones here. For the back ones, you need to get inside the car. You need to get inside the car, go on the dashboard, press the OK and the phone button, and check that video out and put it in brake replacement mode. For the front brake pads, you don't need to do any of that. Right, dead easy like any other car. Just the only difference is you got a little sensor here. So what we're going to go ahead and do is going to flick that sensor off. Just get a little flat screwdriver, put it in there. If you can't pull the sensor off, then just pry it off like that. Sensor out of the way. Make sure you change the sensor for the sake of £5, £6, £10, whatever it is. Change the sensor. Next thing you need is a 13 milli spanner. Take that off. Okay, crack that one. Top one here, crack that one as well. Right, and as you can see there, while I turn this, the inner one's turning as well. Okay. So you need to hold that with another spanner, which is a 17 milli spanner. Nice thin one. See if you can. I mean, the cheaper ones are the thin ones. If you go for a snap-on spanner, right, it's going to be a nice thick spanner. You're not going to get it in there. These cheap ones, they're good for putting it in there, right? And now, obviously, I need two hands. One to hold the spanner, the other one to take that off. All we're going to do is we're going to take that bolt off. I'll try doing it with one hand, right? And take that one off, take the top one off. Happy days. Or I'll just drop that spanner. Or if you want to go turbo, right, let me just show you 1 second. Get the 17 milli spanner on there, get one of these. That's what you're talking about. You know the drill. Let's do it. Let's go. Once we've taken these two bolts off, you see there's sliders. Make sure the sliders are nice and free, because the last thing you want is the sliders being jammed up, mess the braking system and everything, imbalance the brake and everything. So what we do is we get a little flat screwdriver or a little pry bar. We're just going to pry this caliper off. Let's do it. So a little flat screwdriver in there. All we do is just pry this caliper off. stuck a little bit, but I'm trying to do this with left hand, guys, and hold the camera with the other hand. I'm not making it up. It's not the easiest to do that. The caliper's off. All we do now is just flick these brake pads off. Not rocket science. Check my other videos out, how to replace brake pads. It's the same principle basically. That's jammed up, as you can see. Whoever's fitted it last time didn't really do a good job there. That's it. All we do now is give it a clean out. If you're going to change the brake discs, obviously what you need to do is we need to take this bracket off, take this bolt off, take that bolt off. Okay, then we can, you know, take the disc off. Obviously you have to take that Torx off. We're not changing the disc on this car. You just want the brake pads changed because the signs come up on the dashboard saying the brake pads are low. And yeah, that's all we're changing. So what we're doing now is, guys, get a brake wind back tool and we need to press that piston in. I suggest you use a brake wind back tool on these, because these are not like normal brake calipers. They're like cast iron, and when you use big dogs on it, big clamps on it, you can go ahead and break the piston, the end of the piston, which shouldn't make that much of it's not a big issue, but you don't want to go breaking it, do you? You don't want to go cracking that and everything. So brake wind back tool, let's do it. Alright, there we go, guys. I've got the brake wind back tool on there. Obviously you need two hands, one hand to hold the caliper, the other hand to turn the brake wind back tool. I mean, I can try it with one hand, but not easy and not safe as well. You don't want to go breaking things, but you get the picture. We're going to push that piston in. If you do it with a big clamp, like I mentioned, you can break that and yeah, damage more things, you know, more headache. So just do it that way. Brake wind back tool. If you haven't got one on eBay, they're about what, 10-15 pound, nothing, absolute peanuts. So anyway, let's wind that in. The piston has been pushed back in. I've just mentioned this one thing to you. I'm doing the driver side. Obviously I've mentioned that I'm doing the driver side. I'm in the UK and the sensor is only on the driver side. Okay, the front sensor is only on the driver side. The back sensor, I don't know, you'll have to check it, check my other video out. I'm sure it's on the driver side as well. So yeah, it's only got one sensor on the driver side. So yeah, let's give this a little clean out. Wire brush, we're going to clean all this out. Bit of brake cleaner, and let's fit the new pads. Let's go, let's do it. Okay, we've got our new pads there, guys. Right, as you can see, it's so hard to go on, so tight to go on. It's because these little springs on the top, they are really, really tough. Okay, so what we need to do, we just need to clamp them down a little bit. Right, as soon as we clamp them down, we can get the pads on nice and easy. Right, so the way to do that is you need two hands, obviously. One hand to hold the brake pad, the other one to clamp it. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to get a little pliers and just close that gap a little bit. Just a little bit. We don't want the brake pad rattling. I mean, as it is now, just about get it on, right? But the thing is, it's going to be rock solid tight. We don't want that. We need it to be nice and free. So I'm going to close that gap up, and hopefully we can get the brake pad in there. It should be nice and free. Job done. Let's go. There we go, guys. As you can see, I've closed the gap a little bit. Okay, now the brake pad should go straight on. Still a little bit of resistance because we need a little bit of tension on the spring. That's okay, that's on. So that's on. I'm going to do the same to the inside one. Get it on there, squash the springs a little bit so it's nice and free. We don't want it to be jamming up. Remember the previous one, I had to pry it off. That's not good. So yeah, make sure it's nice and free, and let's finish it off. Let's go. Both brake pads are on. That's on as well. What we're going to do now is we're going to take this little film off. You don't need to put copper grease on there. Brembo brake pads, they've got a little coating on there. You don't need to mess about putting brake pad copper grease or anything on there. Just leave it as it is. The inside one didn't have anything on, so I put a bit of copper grease on the inside one. Right, what we're going to do now is we're going to take it this way. That's on there. Put them two bolts back on, and then we'll put the sensor on. Right, the brake caliper is back on. Two bolts are back on here and here. everything's good, all good. What we're going to do now is we're going to put the brake pad sensor on, the wear sensor on, the wear indicator on. I mean, you can two ways to do this. One is before you put the caliper everything on, you can put the wear indicator on, or after everything's on, you can put it on. It's easy to get. I can get to it nice and easy, no messing. So the way we do it is like that. That little bit that sticks out there, make sure that's facing towards the disc, okay? Because that's where it picks it up basically. When the brake pad wears out, it touches that. It'll go inside. It'll wear it out. Eventually, it will break the circuit. Okay, the wire's there, and then obviously you'll get a sign on the dashboard saying brake pad replacement, or brake wear, or whatever, something like that. So make sure that part, like that, as it is there, that bit that's sticking out, goes towards the disc. Okay, the rotor. So what all we do now is, let me see if I can do this, showing you guys as well. We put that through there. So there we have it, guys. All it is, you push it through there, goes through the hole, and it clicks onto the brake pad. All we do now with this wire, my glove is all over the show, so I had to take it off. Right, it's got a cutout in there. Yep. So make sure it lines up and everything. Put that in there. All we do is just push that in. What you could do is get a little flat screwdriver and just push it in with a flat screwdriver. And that's it, guys. The sensor's on, brake pads are on. Happy days. Let's get the wheel back on, and job done. That's it, guys, job done. Brake pads are done. I'm gonna double check it on the floor, you know, the wheel and everything, make sure it's tight and everything. Strong arm, make sure it's tight. We don't want the wheel coming off. And all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get inside the car. I'm gonna pump the brakes up. Make sure you pump the brakes up, because if you don't pump the brakes up, first time you hit the brakes, you're gonna have no brakes at all. Okay, so make sure you pump the brakes up, hit the brakes about 10 times, make sure it's nice and hard, and that's it, job done. Dead easy job. Check my replacement of the rear brake pads out on the Mercedes as well. I mean, it's dead easy, same job basically. Take 2 bolts off, the caliper comes off, that's it. The only difference is with the rear ones, you need to put it in brake pad replacement mode, and that's it. Anyway, guys, like, share and subscribe to my channel. I hope this video helps you guys out. Hit the bell button for me, leave a comment in the comment section, and I will see you guys soon.